and welcome. In this video, I am going to start to make a lapbook. Now, um, if you know Janie's Originals products, one of the kits that Janie puts together is for a lapbook, and it's kind of a one that opens out. It's got quite a lot of dimension, and you'll see as I make it. Now this range that I'm using is recent range. I think it came out April time, maybe even May, and I am going to be using the print pack. I'm going to be using, that's the Entomology print pack. I'm going to use some of the construction board pack, paper bindery glue. As we go along later on in subsequent videos with adding things in, I may use the digital version of the Entomology pack, a print pack. And also I was lucky enough to get the I think it was called the Field Entomology Treasure Bundle, something like that. It was a limited edition. I think there may be a small amount left if you're lucky. And there was all sorts of lovely things in there which we'll explore later. But this little kind of like specimen pot came with it, and I'm going to use that in the construction of the lapbook. Now I have a video on my channel of making I think it was the New Beginnings or the Springtime Lapbook, and it was a A6 one. The principle is basically the same, but this one is going to be A5. Now, from the construction bundle, there are a few different sizes. You get some A4 board, two A4s, two A5s. I think it's two A6s, two TNs, all 2 mil thick. Plus, I think you get a 1 A4, which is 1 mil thick. So I'm using the 2 mil board, and I've used the two A5s. I've cut one of the A4 sheets down to create the other two. I'll explain why there's that in a minute. To create the other two, and then I cut into the other A4 to create the spine pieces. So and then the thing I think I found with these print packs is there is a limited amount of portrait pages, but I have managed to sort of find enough to do to cover these boards, because if you can see the landscape ones just wouldn't fit. So I've chosen some fabric for my spine as well, and I'm going to use the paper bindery. So if I just give you a very sort of brief rundown of how this works. So I won't be able to get this all in because it will come off the screen. So I'm going to put this one off the side. So that's piece 1. So you see I have got them numbered. They need to be up that way. So piece 1. And then, so that's like a full size piece. So is piece 2. I'll talk about that bit in a moment. 3 is your spine. And I think I've done it, it's the same as the other lapbooks. This is, I think, 3.5 centimeters. I think, yeah. And then there's piece 4, which is for A5 size. Piece 5 for the depth, I think that's 2.5. Another full size A5 piece, and then this final bit here, just when it closes, it allows it to sort of stand up, if you like, and that's 2 centimeters. And what I've done here is I've cut a square aperture out to allow that to be sitting in it, and then the piece that I cut out, I've just cut a little bit off. So what happens is when this folds, it folds like this. Okay, so this will be sat on this part, this bit here, and then this bit folds out from it, if that makes sense. It will when you start seeing me construct it. So I've already got all my board cut ready. The other thing I then did was to choose my papers. So I've chosen the ones I want to be on the outside. I've chosen the ones I want to go on the inside, and I've also drawn around this, and this is the one that's going to sit like a specimen. I'm just going to glue that onto or in. We'll see whether it'll fit in or whether I'll glue it to the back of it, and then that will be glued on. Okay, so I'm not going to I'm not going to do it kind of slow. I'm going to just get on with it and speed the video up. But you'll get the idea. If you need a little bit more kind of talking through what goes where, have a look at the other Lapbook video I've got. It's in the Janie's Originals playlist, and it's either Springtime A6 or it's New Beginnings A6. I can't remember which one it was. So I am going to get on with assembling this, and I will show you where we're at the end. Okay, so I have just popped back in to just talk about a couple of pieces of equipment that I'm going to be using. This is for corners. So the idea is that you can use this, it butts up, the right angle butts up against your board, and then you can cut your piece of paper off, and it gives you a really nice mitre corner. Now this at the moment, Janie said I can use it, but it is a prototype that they are working on. So we're sort of trialing it out. Hopefully it might. I like this little ridge bit here that gives you a nice sort of grip to push onto. And it's a little bit got a little bit of texture at the bottom. But yeah, so this is a prototype, so you won't be able to find this. The other thing that you'll see me using is one of these. These are spacers. Now at the moment, as of when I'm filming this, which is in June, there is only a set of 2 on the website, but these are being launched in July, the set of 4. So if you're looking for the bigger set, now I'm not using them. These are for spacings when you're doing spines. And I'm not doing spines in the same way as I would on a book, but these are going to, or at least one of these will be coming in useful for spacing between the boards, because when you've got a thick board like this, you need to leave a gap, because if you butted the boards right up against each other, they're not going to open. The only the only exception to this is when I join 1 to 2, because they're going to be coming in this way, if that makes sense, and the fabric is going to go on the front, so it's not such a problem there. But in the other bits, when I'm joining the spine, I'll be using this on its end to help space. Normally they're used like this. You put them between your boards for your spine. But yeah, in this instance, I'm going to be using them like that. So I just wanted to pop back in just to let you know, so when you see me using those bits of equipment, you know what they are and when they will be available. Okay, we will carrying on. The basis now of my Lapbook is complete. So this opens like so, like this. And then the next stage is to start to add things in. I'm going to have a look to see if one of the frames from the MDF that came with the treasure pack will fit around here. And then, yeah, just see where we go next. And that will be for the next video. So thank you for joining me for this one. And I will be back at some point to show you the next stage of this Entomology A5 Lapbook.